We got to talk about Kanye West, Larry Hoover, NBA Youngboy, and all these Trump pardons. What up, words? Your boy Challz around back again, talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapp to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, I know I'm supposed to be clapping my hands and stomping my feet and singing the praises from up on high, that free at last. They're going to let out Youngboy, well, he was already out, and they're going to let out Larry Hoover, who was not getting let out. He got his sentence was commuted by Trump. He's been added to the list of pardons per se, but he will not be getting out. He has another 200 years to serve in the state, so they're going to move him to the state penitentiary or prison or what have you, and he's probably going to fight from there to try to get released. Trump cannot pardon you from the state charges that you have been convicted of. But at the same time, I want to talk about this because Kanye West is somehow being praised for his role in having Trump acknowledge Larry Hoover and in essence eventually commute his sentence, right? I want to read this article and I want to have a conversation because there's something deeper here lurking, and I do want to talk about it at the risk of having some of you be like, yo, what's up with bro? Like that. I really want to have the conversation because it's a lot deeper than just letting all these dudes out of prison, right? And I saw some crazy in the comments of this very article. They were like, good, now let's let out YNW Melly. Let's get Lil Durk out of there. Let's get Tory out. They want to release everybody, gang. It's like, just get them all out. And I want to have a conversation, okay? So let me keep this. I know, yeah, oh, we love these guys, but let's just talk about it. Let's slow down and see what's going on behind the trees. There's a curtain there. This guy's doing this for a reason. He who shall not be named, okay? He's doing this for a reason. He's pandering to a lot of you guys who like rappers. You love rappers. You love these guys. Let them all out. There's no, according to many of you, there's no rapper should ever have been incarcerated for any reason whatsoever. Let them all free. We need some new music. Like let them all out. So I want to have a conversation, right? So let me read this article and we're going to talk about it. Kanye West praised for helping commute Larry Hoover's sentence. Kanye West has been thanked for his role in helping convicted gang leader Larry Hoover have his sentence commuted by President Donald Trump. Speaking to TMZ, Hoover's son, Larry Hoover Jr., praised the controversial rapper's role in bringing the situation to Trump's attention. And yes, Larry Hoover has changed his life. He has become a role model. He has done some very positive things to reverse the things that he has done in this community, and I applaud him for that. And if he deserves to be free, then let him free. Right? Some of these guys haven't done that. Some of these guys haven't atoned for anything. They haven't really been in jail at all that long, and people want them out. Get them out. Let them out. And some of these guys have done some really heinous thing, and the people, they don't care. Let them out, right? So this is where we're going with what Trump can do. He's just let them free. Like, it's like, oh, what do dudes really like? Oh, they like when you let their rappers out. Oh, so that's what we worth. Like all these things we could be asking for, and all we're getting is a couple rappers free. Never mind your civil rights are getting taken. They're taking away your history. They're removing all the things that we've done to make us look like we ain't done nothing but be slaves, right? But you just good letting out YNW Melly, right? That's the pinnacle of what you want in the world. They're not giving you nothing. They're about to send out these BS tax, these freaking, allegedly, right? You're going to get, what, $2,000 or something like that? I don't know what it is. That'll be great. We're going to spend that. But in the long term, after you pay that back, and after they done trampled on all your civil liberties, right? And after they start squeezing a lot of things out of you, right? And making it so you do go to jail. Not the rappers, they're getting out, but a lot of you will be going in, right? For a lot of other stuff that they got coming on. And he's talking about killing drug dealers. Right? They agree to make that a thing. And they agree to make it where the cops don't have they don't have to answer for anything. He's trying to make it where they never get investigated, where whatever they did was right. So they can do anything and they can't be accountable. But you're clapping your hands and stomping your feet because he let 2 niggas out of jail. You see what I'm saying? So we got to have a conversation. What's really going on? Before you guys start doing tap dancing and you turn to Mr. Bojangles, right? You need to realize what we tap dancing for. Larry Hoover ain't even getting out. And NBA Youngboy at home playing Xbox. He been out. So what we tap dancing for? So let's just have a conversation, and God knows what we talking about Kanye for, but let me continue. He said Kanye had a very big part because he started it off. He put us on the platform. He took us to the White House and when he didn't have to do that. Hoover added, we know he don't have a problem with sticking his neck out there about what he believes in, and I'm glad he believed in this. Kudos to Kanye West, okay? If Kanye West believed in this and he took the chance on it, that's fine. Do your thing, Kanye. Let me read you what Kanye put on his Twitter as of, I think, last night. Quote, words can express my gratitude for our devoted, enduring President Donald Trump for freeing Larry Hoover. He didn't free him. Let's just be clear. He did not free him. Okay? He also said, thank you, Drake, for helping to bring Larry Hoover home. And the problem with this is, it's so back and forth with this Drake thing. He likes him, he hates him, he likes him again. It's just, I can't take Kanye serious. But Kanye is getting the praise for helping to commute Larry Hoover's sentence. Kudos for that. If you've done a good thing, then that's a good thing. Then kudos to you. Let me continue. West himself commented after the news was made public, writing on X, blah, blah, blah. I already read that. The elder Hoover had spent more than 50 years in prison after being convicted in 1973 for ordering the killing of a teenager. Hoover was handed 6 additional life sentences in 1997 after being found guilty of federal drug conspiracy, extortion, money laundering, and continuing to engage in a criminal enterprise. And I'm the first person to tell you, it's very, very rare that I say put somebody in jail. I don't like the jail system. I don't believe in it. But at the same time, sometimes some people do some stuff that they deserve. Okay, go sit down. You did enough. Like what you've done is enough. Like you need to go sit down for a while. Right? We need to get you off the streets. Some people need to be off the streets. Now, I don't know the extent of what Larry Hoover did or didn't do, but sometimes you do need to sit down. And he sat down for a very long time. Okay? And he would agree that he was a menace. He says himself, he denounces all that. He denounces the gang life. He denounces the things he's done. He's very apologetic about those things, and he changed his life in his own words. Let me continue. Hoover, who led the Gangster Disciples, had claimed to renounce his criminal past and has repeatedly sought to get his sentence reduced. While Trump has pardoned Hoover for federal crimes, the president is unable to issue pardons for crimes that are governed by state law, and the former gang leader still faces a 200-year sentence relating to a 1973 murder. It is expected that Hoover be transferred from the Colorado Supermax facility, where he has spent the last 30 years, to a less harsh prison in Illinois in the near future. In a 2022 letter that was submitted to the court in a bid to reduce his sentence, Hoover denounced gang life. Quote, no longer the Larry Hoover people sometimes talk about, or he who is written about in the papers, or the crime figure described by the government. He meant to say he is no longer. Okay? Hoover added, I have long since renounced my association with any and all criminal organizations and their membership. I am no longer a member, leader, or even an elder statesman of the Gangster Disciples. I want nothing to do with it now and forever. And I applaud that. That's a beautiful sentiment, because we got to start moving away from the crime and the criminal activities that we see these young people dying from. We got to advance ourselves, and we can't perpetuate that, especially in your 50s and 60s. You can't still be out talking about you're doing these activities, okay? You have to denounce it at a certain age. You got to move. You really should be denouncing it from beginning. It shouldn't be existing at all. But if you do get trapped in it, caught up in it, you have to grow out of that if you live, right? If you live and you make something out of yourself, you have to denounce it so that other kids will realize, yo, when you become an old man, that's not what you want to be. That's not a goal. There's no goal in that. And NBA Youngboy, he also thanked Trump. Let me read this. After the president gave him a pardon for his gun charges, the controversial rapper had been sentenced to 2 years in prison for weapons possession, but released in March to serve out his home arrest. Youngboy still had time to serve on probation, but will no longer have to abide by the conditions following the pardon from Trump. So he get to do whatever he want to do. He's off. He's off the paperwork. Let me continue. Youngboy said in a statement after news of the pardon was made public, quote, I want to thank President Trump for granting me a pardon and giving me the opportunity to keep building as a man, as a father, and as an artist. He got a lot of kids and he take care of his kids. I'm going to say that. Let me keep this moving. Trump and the White House are yet to comment on the reasons behind the pardon, but the Republican president does have a history of acting favorably toward rap stars. It is a ploy, gang. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not going to say he liked these rap stars, but it moves the needle toward getting acceptance in our community, especially with the younger people. Now it's not so bad to go out and vote for this guy. Now he wants a term. He wants a third term and a fourth term. He doesn't want to leave office. And with all these young dudes going around, they might say, well, why not? Let him stay in there because we like him. We let niggas out of jail. Let me keep this moving. Wayne was also pardoned on gun charges as he awaited sentences. And Kodak was in the middle of a prison stint over weapons charge, with Trump citing the rapper's philanthropic efforts as a reason for the pardon. So he was talking about Lil Wayne and Kodak Black. Boozy Badass is now calling for a pardon with, quote, check my case out, January 22nd. So Boozy is now looking for a pardon. Now these rappers going to start looking for pardons. It's going to be the thing where this guy got a bag of Tic Tacs and they just want a Tic Tac. Give me a pardon. Pardon me. What you do? I ain't do nothing. Give me a pardon. Okay. It's just going to be, everybody wants a pardon. They're not thinking about the politics of it. They're not thinking about where this goes after they start taking away all of the things that we've created. They're not talking about giving you reparations for your ancestors, billions and billions of dollars of work, all of them that died, that were slaves. All of them that the ones that tried to build these black towns and had those towns destroyed. We were financially free. We were doing our own. We were doing our own banking, our own stores. They came, burnt them down. There's going to be no repercussions for that. They're going to bury that. They're still burying all these different stories. Everything's coming up. Memorial Day was created by blacks. They buried that story, changed the narrative, said it wasn't us. So all the things that we do get buried. They get covered up. The things that happen to us get covered up. The things we do great get covered up. At some point, we just going to be some niggas that need to get pardoned out of jail. We're a beautiful culture. We're peaceful people, but they don't want to tell you that. And when they do talk about us in a criminal way, well, a lot of them criminals are created in a society that was created so that we won't have much and we will be criminals. Every time we started to do our own building and our own banking and our own housing and things of that nature, that means we're not spending our money with them. Our dollar is powerful. So they got to stop us from spending our dollars amongst ourselves. And the best way to do that, come lynch some niggas and burn their houses down, burn their stores down. Now, guess what? Come on back over to the bank, right? We do a bus boycott. That's the only thing that stop them. They got to be, okay. They still was beating us up, telling us get on the bus, trying to make us still ride the buses and things of that nature. But we're still strong. I think we boycotted the buses for a year, 2 years, or whatever it was. And then they changed the laws. Okay, you guys don't got to sit in the back of the bus. But other than that, they want you in the back of the bus, but they want you to come in their market, spend their money. They want you to go through the back door, eat in the back, eat outside. This is how it is, gang. Right? And I say they loosely. It's the people, it's certain people. It's not everybody. I'm not going to say everybody. But at the end of the day, we get drummed up and worked up over some pardons, right? Which is, who wants to spend time in jail? Who wants to be in jail? But it's only the pardon of these big figures with these influences on people that are shaking they're shaking the zeitgeist and making people want to say, this guy isn't so bad, while he's doing this, that, and the third behind your back, making sure you are never looked at in any other light than some nigga that needs his help. Right? You just some nigga that needs to get pardoned because you're a criminal. Right? When they're going to make the program, when they take half the programs, giving you the grants to start your new businesses, half that stuff is closing. They taking niggas' jobs. Half the people that was in the government, they're getting laid off. But you're excited because NBA Youngboy is home. He can play Xbox, right? So it is what it is. I'm not knocking nothing. I'm not trying to be the nigga that's hating on this and that and the third. Congrats. Let niggas out, whatever. But at the end of the day, when I'm looking at this, these are publicity stunts to me. Now they talking about letting Diddy get a pardon. And I guarantee you, if Diddy get convicted, he probably will pardon him. All right? Let me just read this and end this, and then we're going to get out of here. Weezy didn't thank Trump for the pardon. I want to thank President Trump for recognizing that I have so much more to give to my family, my art, and my community. I also want to thank Bradford Cohen for working so diligently to secure another chance for me. Love. Before the pardon arrived, Wayne had publicly endorsed Trump. See, this is what it's about, endorsing Trump. A lot of these guys that get these pardons, you got to endorse Trump. You got to kiss the ring. You have to bow down and say, oh, this guy is this, that, and the third, then the pardon is coming, plus your little $1 million check that you got to quietly submit somewhere, gang. So let me just keep this moving and we're going to get out of here. It has also been speculated Trump may pardon Diddy if he is convicted in his currently ongoing sex trafficking trial. Suge Knight, who was also incarcerated, said earlier this month, I want to thank President Trump for recognizing that I have so much to give. You see where this shit going, man. All these niggas, listen, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm not going to go too much further. So what it's going to be is the worst of the worst. These niggas that's just trash people, they all going to start going to Trump. Trump doesn't give a hoot because, I'm going to say hoot, I'm going to keep it clean, because he doesn't find crime to be all that bad. This dude got mad lawsuit. He'd been impeached twice. This guy has mad. They've already confirmed that his organization, his nonprofit organization in New York, it went against the rules and it cheated and did a lot of embezzling with money that came up missing and all over the place. But he doesn't find these crimes to be, they're not prison worthy. Why? It's just a little bit of money here and there. He already told you, don't pay taxes, this and that and third. So he's gonna look at it like, why not? If I can get these dudes on my side, get them to run to them polls, they can't come in my, don't try to come to the rallies though. Just stay out the rallies. But yeah, go vote anyway, gang. So let me leave it at this. Salute to the people that got a pardon, that deserved a pardon. Okay? Just understand what's going on behind the scenes. These pardons are pandering, right? A lot of these guys were home when they got pardoned. They wasn't even in prison. It wasn't like he got out of prison. Like Wayne was home. Like all these guys is home. And they get these pardons just so they don't have to go back. Okay? Now, at the end of the day, you gotta understand, your emotions are being tickled with. As long as you know that, if you're just gonna be smart about this, just understand your emotions are being tickled with when you go after these rappers and you pardon them, these public figures. Because a lot of dudes ain't getting no pardon. It's a lot of dudes sitting in jail for the exact same crime that ain't coming home. So if you think this is a whole thing, he like black people, well, he like certain rappers that's gonna put a battery in the back to keep him in the office. I'm gonna leave it at that. CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com, see what they got cooking. Tell them Challz sent you. Every Wednesday night, we do the What Show. We talk about things of this nature. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And make sure you grab one of them. I'm just gonna be honest. Merchandise down below. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.